right, welcome to the underground. Welcome to another episode of RC One Mic. We're in the building. There's a lot happening in the world of sports. We're gonna get into a lot of stuff and stuff. But first, I got to bring in my fellas. What's up? What's up, Darnell? How you doing? Ready? We'll get in. We'll get into the debacle that is Tyson Fury that nobody expected. Darnell bring us up to speed on that one. That's the one we got to really cover. How you doing? How you doing, Hammer? Yeah, we had a good. That's why we call you counselor. That's why we call you counselor. All right. Yeah, we had a good time in Madison with the Buckeyes against wasn't good for the Badgers, but it was a good time. Yeah, I was all over the state of Wisconsin. But hey, we have the initial, and if I can get everything up here the right way, we got the college football rankings out the door, so we got to open up with that. That's the thing out the door. Um, they got Ohio State at number one, Georgia at two, Michigan at three, Florida State at four, Washington at five. Was it Oregon at six, Texas at seven, Alabama at eight, Oklahoma at nine, Ole Miss at 10, I think. So the Buckeyes being number one. I thought someone texted me earlier today. I said I thought it was going to be Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan. I felt like strength of schedule was going to hurt Michigan. I think Michigan's probably the most impressive team, but also the scandal. Everybody, I guess they're not the Teeters. Allegedly, what were we talking about? A counselor? Aren't you the one that's supposed to be telling us? Allegedly? All right, now, come on now. We in the early stage. We in the early stages of RSG. I was just talking to the youngin about trying to talk to sponsors about going to the. We trying to get to the thing. Like we in the early stages. We trying to get us off the ground. So we always got to say allegedly. You know how they gonna do us? They gonna keep brother down if we don't say allegedly. But so, but you and I had a chance to watch the Buckeyes. I was like, they're good, but they're not number one. Yeah, yeah. Michigan should be number two. It's clear. But I could see the Buckeyes if they wanted to put them number two. When I watched them, I'll say this because Darnell made a statement about who they had at quarterback. But I think the point I respect about what Darnell's saying about Ohio State's program is when you watch them over the years, what really makes them work is when they have a quarterback who's also a threat in the run game. It opens up. So even when we saw watch them Saturday night, you know, it takes someone like a Henderson who's already dynamic runner and makes him even more explosive because of the threat of the quarterback in the run game. Like they really have worked that over the years when they've had that kind of balanced kind of quarterback. And I just didn't feel that when I watched them like this weekend. I was like, you know, the defense is amazing, but you can't really say that because Wisconsin's offense is limited. It's not innovative. What did it have to be? Yeah, but when they played Notre Dame, wasn't nobody excited about Notre Dame. Penn State, we always said, are they real? Where are they in the big game? Right? When's the last time Penn State won the big one? Yeah, yeah, but we in past years, past years they're making Alabama number. Hold it, in past years they're making Alabama number one when they was playing Southeast, Northwest, Alabama, after State. No, I'm talking. I'm using the. I'm using the IFP. My eyes are. I'm using my eyes FP. What I can see. I ain't using any of that. Hold it, Darnell. You the one who told me you not sure about Ohio State. You, even with the teams they played, you were like not quite sure about them. Come on. Yeah, but if Alabama were number hold it, if Alabama were number one last year, if Alabama were number one last year, I'll put it like this: if Alabama were number one and won a national championship, if 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 let's look at this. You know this to be true. If Alabama, if Alabama, let me say this real quickly. If no, hold it. If Alabama were number one with playing the way Georgia was playing, Alabama would still be number one right now. Even, and you and I could make the same argument. Yeah, but but under what other circumstances would you not put Georgia number one? Like there was nothing that told you Georgia wasn't like. There's nothing that tells you that. It's I'm saying it don't matter. If this was Alabama, they would Alabama would be number one in the week one. It's the first one, but it's a bad first one. It's a bad first one. That's why the title of this show is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. That's some Houdini. I'm gonna put it behind the other stuff. There is no justification for Ohio State to be over Georgia. None. And I'm someone who would bash the SEC. But I'm telling you, there is no under no circumstances would you have Georgia not being number one. I can see Ohio State number two. Alabama's been ranked number one when they played mediocre competition, and nobody's arguing about that. Oh, so now we going to church and find Jesus. But we already know about man. This guy was saying the same stuff even after this. Now he wanted. This is why he a closet Buckeye fan. Now he coming out here like try. Now you like the Johnny Cochran of college football. Now you the Johnny Cochran of college football. Now you like if it doesn't fit, he must have quit. You are killing me now, man. I wish I could record our private conversations, like when you calling me and I'm driving conversations. I know, I know. No, no. Yeah, in saying that, and I'm gonna say this because I want to be respectful about this. Harrison Jr. is the problem. He's a problem. Now I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say it in my 30 for 30 NC State voice with your boy. He a problem. Now he's a problem. Now I'm gonna be real about that. Now that kid's a problem. But having said that, I mean other it you know I see them having some struggles down the line. We're gonna have to go see how this unfolds. But I am so surprised. If I'm a Georgia fan, I'm like y'all treat Alabama better. Y'all treat us. That's what I'm. If I'm a Georgia fan, that's what I'm saying. Y'all treat Alabama better. They give nothing. That's what you saying they gonna do? They gonna be everybody about 50? Like I said, I told y'all about the. That's what I said about the rest of the SEC. I'm like, when you talk about it's just them top teams. You don't talk to me about Ole Miss. Don't talk to me about Vanderbilt. Don't talk to me about Kentucky. But nah, that's Houdini. They decent, but they Houdini. I ain't scared of them. Yeah, but my argument on that is not my argument on that. Hold it, but you missing my point. My argument on that is not in comparison to the Big Ten. My argument is y'all keep saying y'all care more. It ain't about the rest of y'all. Like the SEC has a brand. Nobody else is saying this stuff. They're the ones saying it, right? So that's why I say beyond these other teams, y'all ain't showing me nothing because they're the ones saying it. Ain't nobody else saying that. Pac-12 ain't saying it. Now they will be defunct, but the other conferences ain't doing it. They're the one who make all these claims. And you look at like how y'all only people who can talk is Alabama, Georgia. The rest of y'all are fickle. So I'll leave it at that. All right. Whew, y'all got me. Now let's talk about the debacle that happened in and I think I gotta find this one to get it back up in here. Tyson Fury in the debacle. Now, Darnell, we might not isolate you on this. We're gonna try and go, but we gotta start to the people who don't understand it, how did it happen? How did Francis Ngannou, who is the man over in mixed martial arts, come in and put Tyson down? Basically, want a split decision. Like for people who haven't been paying attention to this, like this was a shocker. Let's be real. What it's a shocker. Help me understand what happened, man. I didn't even buy this fight. I was like, I'm gonna let Youngin tell me about this fight. I ain't spending no money on this fight. Yeah, but they were trying to follow the. He's trying to follow the McGregor model, trying to make that money. He was trying to be like Money Mayweather. He's trying to get that money, that bag, and get out. But if you with Francis, like should Francis try to get another fight? Now you would press enough to say, "Ooh, that one I'll watch." Ooh, ooh. You better hide, folks. It's gonna be that's gonna be a battle. Oh, that one out now. That one I watched. That one might not go but a minute. That might go 2 rounds. Yep, yep. They're about to make that money right. I tell you, this is why you're gonna see Dana White all up in boxing in a minute. He been sniffing around it. He been sniffing around it. He gonna mess around and end up in the trenches on this one. Well, we gonna keep it up. So they are now he's gonna be watching. He's gonna be fighting uh Usyk after so that's what February. Yep. 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 Wow. Well, we'll see how that rolls, man. I just saw James Hard walked into the Clippers locker room. So I know we're gonna talk about that in a minute. It just took me off a little bit. Well, hey, we gonna monitor this, but yeah, Francis done made him some money. He about to make some more money. Yeah, he made his move. He about to keep rolling that back because anytime you can touch somebody and put them down, you gonna be, you gonna be in any fight. And now, he keep working with Tyson. He gonna keep if he firming him up. You never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, when you hit me with that, I was like, they canceled the post fight. You can't do that. You can't do that. You got to stand up before the people and take it. Just you can't just do that. All right. It was trade day, and then we also want to talk about that Lions got that roar back. But a lot of trades. We got Chase Young going to the 49ers. So we got them Buckeye bookends happening out there with Nick Bosa. We got Peoples Jones going back to the state where he played college football up there with the high school football up in Detroit. Josh Dobbs, sneaky, going to the Vikings. And then your Bears gives Montez Sweat. What they trying to do over there, the Bears? Commanders are like just getting rid of everybody, feels like. But the Bears got Montez Sweat. And Jalen Johnson asked for a trade, didn't he? Yeah. Hmm. I just feel like yeah, and I felt like even how they came in their transition. You and I know some stuff behind the scenes. It's the kind of stuff erodes trust, and you know, I'm telling you, yep, yep. And the continuity in working with the players and building relationships, all that stuff matters, and it just feels like it's one of those things where I got a system. I keep telling these people, man, systems are only as good as the other stuff you got going. Yeah, yeah, you got now looking at Darnell, looking at the 49ers, and I mean, you get young. You got Nick Bosa. You know, these past three games. You know, the defenses. You know, they got some injuries they dealing with over there, but they struggle. So they bring you. It seemed like this is the second time the 49ers have made a major trade at this point. Like something they did on the offensive side last year. Now they're doing it on the defensive side this year. Like, do you feel like this is like going to really put them over the top? He said, yeah. And both Bosa and Young got to stay healthy. You know, they've been injury prone. You know, right? So they Mhm. I mean, yeah, Yeah. All right. Yeah, if you believe in the regime, right now, I told you last year you were telling me all this stuff they had, all these resources, all these assets, and I said it don't matter if you don't know how to spend them. Now, to this point, I'm questioning how they spend it. I'm just saying. Mm. Well, we spent a little too much time on the Bears, so we're gonna go to the Lions, who actually winning. Darnell grew up. It's Devil's Night, the night before Halloween in Detroit, can be notorious. But it was notorious up there in Ford Field because them Lions came back and was like, we bring it, and that energy out there was there. You right there, Darnell, feeling it. But the Lions bounced back. They took that beat down. They took that beat down in Baltimore. Now I know the competition, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And they looked like they was putting it back together over there at Ford Field. How do you feel about them Lions? You know they're gonna host a playoff game for the first time in how many years? What since uh uh Outcast came out. What's it like in Detroit, man? Give us some insight. What's it like? Yep, yep. Come on home. Mm, okay. Yep, yep. I love it having the brother up there doing his thing in the D. Yeah. Now I want to ask a question: is Josh McDaniels now this generation's North Turner? You just going to just be offensive coordinator? Yeah. I look at him and I'm just like, yeah, we gotta give North today. That's not doing North justice, right? Yeah. I mean, Josh is, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. Yeah, your boy, your boy Adams over there looked like they had two passes. Like he was wide open, and Garoppolo like overthrew him. Like it was, like it was. He won right off the line. I don't know if you saw that one where he kind of faked and then went up. He was wide open, and Garoppolo missed him. Man, he looked like he looked like he all every time he hit the screen he yelling help me. They like get me out of here. There's a lot of places he could be go. I'm surprised they didn't move him because he clearly okay. Yeah, yeah. That Leonard Williams move to Seattle was a nice move though. That's a nice move to tell you the truth. I mean they shoring up over there. You know they shoring up. He's a problem. Yeah, 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 yeah. He putting it together. He putting it together. All right. Before we get into the cipher, we got to have our weekly check in on Dabo's health. And Dabo falling apart, y'all. Dabo yelling at talking to the reporters. Man. Yeah, but he, I always felt like I've always felt like Dabo had some good background singers. I felt like he wears a headset more than Brady Hoke wore a headset, so he does wear his headset. But I always felt like I wasn't buying all of it all the way. And it's in these transitions that you start to see this like Saban knows how to make them pivot moves and transitions and figuring out those pieces, right? And it feels like Dabble just doesn't have that move and he gets falls on some empty calories sometimes. And I just don't know if he has enough to pull out of it. I might be wrong, but he just looked like he drowning. And he looked like he just get off my line. I don't know. Darnell might be looking at this differently, man. He already said he got to go. So I'm just saying. I think we just doing a wellness check. That's all we doing. We're just doing our weekly wellness check on Dabo. That's it, huh? Yeah, he ain't gonna do it. But I just felt like we need to do our weekly check in. All right. So we've done our weekly check in on Dabo, and so we'll let it go. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say this. Now you see me, now you don't. I'm gonna have to tell you this. Daryl Morey is like he came. Daryl Morey came to Halloween as David Copperfield. He came in like Houdini because when I saw that trade, I was like, he only had one buyer in the market, and he walked away with everything he needed. And so you got, I think, he's got. I feel like he got plenty of picks. He's got enough to do some moves. He got some deals off of his books. He got the Tucker deal off the book where he expired contract, which is you can turn those into things. He got enough to do. He got enough to do. He got enough to do a move now and position himself for the offseason. So he can play it either way he want to play it. Nah. I feel like when everybody know you got a trade and you only got one partner, he came away with a pretty good deal. You would have lied too. You know after you saw his if he was your boy, you would have lied to him too. After you saw his playoff performance, you looked at him like, I love you, but I don't love you. Come on, man. I still think that. So the trade goes down, right? We got the trade going down, He goes to the Clippers. So let's look at positive. I'll start with Darnell. How could you say how both teams won? Right? Is there a way you could say both teams got what they needed? Do you feel like this for? And I think the sneaky part for the Clippers is um the addition of my we just have what's my guy, but Tucker. I think Tucker's a culture guy that they need. How do you feel about that trade for the Clippers? I feel like they got some stuff. You don't like it? Yeah, but I think you got to make this move because you can't trust your two main superstars. Now you would guarantee you at least gonna have two superstars on the floor throughout the year, maybe three. Like that's the numbers they're playing. Like none of those other guys are difference makers in real moments. Even though Harden's got to do something in the playoffs, but when you got to talk about Paul George and you got to talk about Kawhi, who Kawhi like I ain't doing 65 games. I don't need to be on All Star team. Like he don't care. So like when you can't do that, I think they're playing like in order for us, we got to have difference makers. So now they got four of them. Look. Hard getting them in foul trouble, man. But the part you missed on this, I got confidence in Ty Lue to figure it out. Ty Lue, I take Ty Lue against Michael. You got to call him Michael, can't call him Mike. Ty Lue with talent, I take Ty. He's not a good coach. He's a great coach. He's not a good coach. He's a great coach. No, he's not a good coach. He's a great coach. He didn't want to be in Cleveland. He wasn't trying to go to be a builder. Phil didn't stay for that. Yeah, yeah. Phil wouldn't stay with that. Phil wouldn't stay with that. Okay, now on the other side of it, the 76ers, I think they got moves they can make. They are in better position than I thought they were before. Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. For this year. Yep. 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 Yeah, but I think Philly has a lot of options to how it's going to improve itself, both in season and after season. Now you clearing out all the other clutter, and you can get with Joel like this is where we going. And I think Darnell, you said it right. They got pieces that they can work with now that I think are going to elevate them. But they got a lot of flexibility. They got a lot of flexibility. He got to December 15th. He got to the December 15th deadline, so he's playing all these guys in ways that they all can be different. You don't know what you do. There's a lot of different options. They got that's what you need right now. Yep. And yeah, still matters. People take that. Yep. Yeah. 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 You might mess around and get Paul George back in Philly. You never know. Yes. They were talking about DeMar DeRozan might be able to get to Philly. Well, he helped my fantasy team. I was good with that. That 50 did took me a long way. Ah. Well, we'll take the trade has been made. We're gonna let it marinate. We'll revisit it. We'll revisit it around the first of the year because we'll be after that December 15th deadline. We'll look and see where we're at. We'll look see where we're at. We'll see who's right. What's the I think the young and onto something. All right. All right. We're gonna drop the mic. We're gonna give out some flowers. We trying to, show some love, support some folks. All right, we're trying to get out some flowers. Who y'all want to give it out to? Darren, you got anybody you want to? Mm, yep. That's right. Thank you, man. Them Pistons, boy. Detroit. I was wearing that. I had a Pistons shirt on today working out this morning. Felt good to walk up in there. Walk. They got a squad, and Cade holding it all together. All right, Hammer, who you got? Yeah, yeah, great, great, great. Mine goes, and I just thought when I saw it, I said I got Mike Brown. I've been a Mike Brown fan for a long time. I've had a chance to watch the Kings. And, the Kings as an organization struggled for a long time, but you can really see the culture changing, and also I've watched the way he's grown as a coach. But he had a moment. He's been working with Keegan Murray, and he had told Keegan if he doesn't shoot, he's taking him out of the game. And Keegan passed up a shot, and so he calls one of the reserves who went right to the thing because Keegan was about to come out. Keegan goes down, and Keegan knocks down a three. He sends the guy back to the bench. And the sequence when you watch it was just hilarious. But it just and when he talked about that sequence after the game, he said that Keegan came past him and said basically "F you," like the dynamic, but the way because because he knew the coach was going to take him out, and just the way that he is building that program and in the way it's going, I you often thought like he never got all the support from the front office, even when I was watching with the Cavs or I watched with the Lakers. But in this situation, I feel like he's really in his mode, man. And I have fun just watching him coach and watching where that team plays. And it feels like for the first time I watched him coach that organization is his and that he is driving that organization is part of. He's one of the coaches I've been a fan of for a long time and hoped could find success. And just wanted to put those flowers. He is somebody who really understands how to push those buttons and support and do. And I'm finding him hitting his stride over there in Sacramento. I look forward to getting over there and watch him hit the beam over there and do something with it. But he's really got something going special going over in Sacramento. All right, Mike Brown. We're gonna drop the mic with that. Thank y'all, brothers. It's always good. Y'all like therapy, having y'all come. Y'all brothers is good. Y'all make my day. I hope y'all enjoy listening to us. Check us out on realsportsguys.com. Also on all podcast platforms. We've been pushing out the audio. If you're driving in your car and want to catch us, you can do that. We'll get video clips on some of the other platforms. Please check us out. But it's been a pleasure. Good getting with y'all guys. Have a great night. And we will see y'all on the other side. Ready for the day the Lord called on me. The my decisions, man, they all on me. I can't get this way from Hey, yo, Neil. Hey, what's up? I got you. Got you.